Hello, Aries, Sun, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So, Aries, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. So, with all that being said, Aries, let's get started. Well, here we go. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the King of Wands, and then we also have the Judgment card. Kind of looks like you're receiving communication here from someone that you were once upon a time romantically involved with. This person could be a fire sign strongly, so an Aries like yourself, possibly a Leo, maybe even a Sag or a Scorpio. We also have air and water out here too. So it could be an air sign or a water sign, either which way, regardless of this human's, zodiac sign. You're receiving communication nonetheless from this person from your past. When this dynamic between you and this person came to an end, when this dynamic between you and this person came to an end, Aries, it doesn't look like you bothered to look for this person and or reach out to them. It's kind of what I'm getting. But let's see what this person wants. I also want to see how you're currently viewing them, just to kind of get a rough idea. Because we're not really picking up on you whatsoever. We're only picking up on them. So let's see what they want. Tell me more about the Ace of Swords. Okay. We have the King of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay. We also have the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. And then we also have the Three of Swords in the upright. It looks like this person wants to talk to you. Now, in regards to what they want to talk to you about, let's get into that. This to me feels like an energy of them acknowledging the fact that they weren't the best with you. This is them also acknowledging that, they could have, done better, as far as this dynamic that they once upon a time had with you is concerned. Like they could have done better, like they could have tried harder. It's kind of what I'm gathering. It's as if this person feels like they didn't really try as hard as they should have to make this dynamic between you and this person work. Which is something that I do see this person acknowledging. Like they're acknowledging the fact that they could have tried harder. They're acknowledging the fact that they could have done better. It's like this person feels like all of this is their fault. You know what I mean? Like they're the reason why this marriage and a relationship between the two of you went south. And they just want you to know, that they shouldn't have treated you the way that they treated you. They shouldn't have did you the way that they did you. It's as if this person feels like you didn't deserve all of that from them. So it kind of looks like that's the only thing that it just kind of feels like this person's just kind of hitting you up on some, hey, listen, Aries, I just wanted you to know, that I'm really, really sorry, for breaking your heart. I'm really sorry for letting you down. I'm really sorry for disappointing you. I should have tried harder. You know what I mean? I should have done better. You know what I mean? I should have. And I'm sorry, that I let you down. I'm sorry that I disappointed you. Okay. Let's look at the Judgment card. Tell me more about Judgment. Okay, so we have the Nine of Wands. We have the Six of Cups that it came on the upright. We also have the Six of Wands in the reverse, and then we also have the Ace of Swords. This person might even say something along the lines of like, I understand, you know what I mean? If you don't want to talk to me, I get it, They might even say something along those lines. Are they hoping that they get a response back from you? Absolutely. But they're going to say something like that. Like, I understand, if you want nothing to do with me, I understand. If you're done with me, I understand. I understand. With the Six of Cups coming out here, that's telling me that this person does miss you and what they once upon a time had with you. I am definitely getting that. Okay, let's look a little bit more into this person's energy, because that's primarily the only reason why I see this person contacting you is because they missed you and what they once upon a time had with you, and they have a lot of regret, when it comes down to the way that they went about their relationship with you. They know that they weren't the best, and they know that they treated you in ways that you didn't necessarily deserve to be, treated, and they didn't try. Their heart is to keep this dynamic between the two of you, intact and afloat like they should have. So it kind of looks like you were the only one that was like really fighting to keep this dynamic between the two of you intact and afloat. How does this person currently view this relationship? You have the, okay, here's the thing, Aries. They're going to make it seem like, yo, the only reason why I'm calling you / texting you is because I just want you to know that I'm sorry. And I know I should have tried harder. I should have tried harder. I should have fought harder. Like, I'm sorry. You didn't deserve this from me. You didn't deserve that from me. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. This person definitely does want you and what they once upon a time had with you back. Like, that's kind of what it is. I don't see them asking for another chance because they don't necessarily feel like you're going to even give them another chance. But if you were, you know, to give this person another chance, they're kind of harnessing the energy of, I swear to God, I'm not going to fuck this up ever again type of energy that I'm kind of getting here from this person. But do I see them asking for another chance? No. Like, if you give this person any sort of like indication that you want to essentially get back with them, and you were to essentially give them, you know, another chance, you know, I am definitely getting that as far as like them, you know, self-sabotaging this dynamic between the two of you ever again is concerned is something that they definitely don't plan on doing. I feel like this person has gotten a taste of what life is like without you in it, and it kind of looks like they don't like it. Okay, it kind of looks like they don't like it. And it also kind of looks like during this time that the two of you spent apart from one another, it has caused them to, it has definitely caused them to realize that they really, really did have a good thing and they essentially blew it. And they know, they know that they really did, you know, self-sabotage things here between the two of you. But this person also understands, you know, why you wouldn't want to get back with them. It has a lot to do with the way that they were with you and the way that they treated you. I mean, I feel like this person really did push you to that point of no return. So, you know, they understand why you wouldn't want to, you know, speak to them ever again or even see them ever again. But they also understand why you would want absolutely nothing to do with them ever again. But if you were to give them another chance, I am definitely getting that they would make it their mission and priority to never like fuck this relationship up ever again is what I'm gathering. They're just not going to ask you for another chance because they don't think that you're going to give them one is what I'm getting though. How does Aries currently feel? Do I feel like you're shocked and or surprised that this person's back? No. I think that you knew that this would eventually happen, that this person would end up realizing that they lost a really, really good thing. So no, I don't think that you're shocked and or surprised that this person's back. But when it comes down to taking them back is concerned, it doesn't look like you have any sort of intentions of taking this person back. Tell me more about the Seven of Wands. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Yeah. We have the Emperor to the Devil out here. Yeah, you kind of look at this person as somebody who never really valued you or appreciated you. And you also look at this person as somebody who does not deserve you, let alone another chance. Hence why they're harnessing the energy of, I want another chance with Aries, but I'm not even going to ask for one because I already know I'm probably not going to get one. It kind of looks like this person pushed you to that point of no return. And the fact that you were finally able to break free from this person, it kind of looks like you have every intentions, right, of keeping this as is between you and this person, which is basically over. Okay, how does this person currently feel? Okay, we have the Page of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Pentacles, and then we also have the Empress. Ooh. The bottom of the deck, we do have the Ten of Swords, so the Page of Swords, so the Ten of Swords, so the Hermit. The way that you're responding and reacting towards this entire situation does have this person under the impression that you are done with them. Now, I'm gonna be honest. When this person extended themselves to you, you know, they were hoping, right, that there was still that, you know, fighting chance, right, to essentially get you back. But it kind of looks like, just given the way that you're choosing to, you know, respond and react towards this person, it kind of has this person feeling like you're really, really done with them. You're really, really done with them and that you really, really want nothing to do with them. But were they hoping that the complete opposite would happen? Absolutely. You know, I feel like this person was, you know, really hoping that you would at least want to talk to them. It kind of looks like you don't even want to do that. It kind of looks like this person was really hoping that, you know, you would want to essentially work things out with them or at least give them the impression that you do. And it kind of looks like you're doing the complete opposite. It's like you're giving them the impression that you're done with them and that you never want to see their face ever again. And that really does hurt them. It really does hurt them, but they know, you know, they know that they don't have anybody else to blame, you know, but themselves. I want to be nosy for like 2.5 seconds and look at the Ten of Swords. Man, this person really did have a good thing. If you think about it, like this person really did have a good thing and they really, really did blow it is kind of what I'm getting. Especially with the King and the Queen of Pentacles out here. I mean, I feel like this person perceived you as somebody who was absolutely perfect for them, but it just kind of looks like they just couldn't help themselves when it came down to self-sabotaging this connection between the two of you. And then we had the Emperor to the Empress. The Emperor to the Empress are two people who work very well together as a team. It's two people that resonate very well with one another. Like, I think that you guys had a really, really good relationship up until this person started doing things to self-sabotage this relationship. But man, it does appear to me that this person really did blow it. That's kind of what I'm getting. Not blow it, blue is what I meant to say. I feel like the coffee's wearing off. It's okay, let's just roll with it. Okay, let's see. Oof. We have the Six of Cups. We also have the Six of Wands, but it came on the reverse. To the Page of Wands in the upright, to the Three of Wands in the upright, and then we also have the Eight of Cups. This entire situation has this person essentially feeling like there's nothing. Like they feel like their hands are tied. Like they feel like there's nothing that they can say. And they also feel like there's nothing that they can do to essentially get you back. Don't get me wrong. They do want you and what they once upon a time had with you back in their life. But they just kind of feel like there's nothing that I can say. There's nothing I can do. I mean, look at them. They're done with me. They're really moving forward and moving on with their life. I really pushed them to that point of no return. Don't really have anybody else to blame but myself. So yeah, then there's that. You know, I just kind of feel like this person's gonna like find themselves really beating themselves up, because even looking at the both of you, I mean, for crying out loud, we have the King and the Queen of Pentacles and the Emperor to the Empress. Like, this person had it made in the shade, honey, with you. Like, this person had what we all essentially fucking want in our lives, right? Somebody who's committed to them, somebody who's devoted to them, somebody who's loyal to them, somebody that they could have gone off and built and established, you know, an amazing life with. And they freaking blew it. You know what I mean? They really did blew it. Like, and they know that, you know, and they also know that they don't really have anybody else to blame but themselves. So then there's that. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Queen of Wands. Yeah, they're looking at you like you are like 100% done with them, but they also look at you as somebody who's 10 times happier without them too. So then there's that. That's like a whole nother blow to the chest in itself. But what actions will Aries take towards this person or moving forward? Okay. Don't get me wrong, okay? When it comes down to this person, I just feel like you're the type of person that when you grow to love a person, you're going to forever have love for that person. Now, you may not be in love with this person anymore, but I think that this is somebody that, you know, you still have love for. You know, I think that's somebody that you still care for. You know, this is somebody that you still want to essentially see eat, just not at your table. You see what I mean? Like, even though this person put you through the things that they essentially put you through, I feel like you already found it in your heart to essentially, you know, forgive them. So I don't see you walking away from this entire situation with any sort of, you know, anger and or resentment, you know, towards them. But as far as like revisiting this ever again, it just kind of looks like that's kind of where you draw the line. That's where you draw the line. Okay. But you will always have love for this person, just, you know, from afar. What actions? Oof, okay. We have the Page of Swords, we have the Devil, and then we also have the King of Swords. The bottom of the deck, we do have the Two of Wands, and then we also have the Tower, and then we also have the Five of Pentacles. Okay. It just, oh man, it's tough. It's tough. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is tough, but it just kind of looks like this person's caught between a rock and a hard place, because it's like they know, you know what I mean? Like they just know without a shadow of a doubt there is nothing that they can say and there's nothing that they can do. that'll ever convince you into giving them another chance, to the point where they don't even want to attempt to try, because they already know that you're not going to want anything to do with them. They already know that you're not going to want to give them another chance. So they're in a shitty situation, man. Like, because I could tell that this person doesn't want to lose you. You know, I could tell that if you were to give this person another chance, they will not mess this up ever, 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 ever again. But it just kind of looks like they're not, going to really get the chance to show you, you know, that they have zero intentions of ruining this dynamic here between the two of you ever again. You know, they're being forced to accept something that they don't want to accept, you know, which is you are 100% done with them. You are walking away from this entire situation with zero intentions of ever going back or even looking back. It's like this person wants to get up, man, and like run after you and try to like stop you from like walking, you know, away from them and moving forward and moving on, you know, with your life. But they feel like it would be pointless. It will be pointless to run after you. It will be pointless to like beg for you back. It will be pointless to tell you that, you know, they're dead serious about changing and doing whatever it takes to make this relationship between the two of you work. They kind of feel like it will be pointless, because they don't feel like they're going to get the outcome that they want, which is basically you and what they once upon a time had with you. I just feel like this person's so pissed off, man, at themselves. They're not pissed off at you. I want to make this clear. Like, they're not mad because you don't want nothing to do with them. Like, they're mad at themselves because they know that they put themselves in this predicament, you know, to essentially lose you. So they don't blame you for wanting nothing to do, you know, with them. They understand why you don't, you know. It is because of them and the way that they treated you and the way that they were with you. They know that. They understand that. You know, they've already came to terms with that and they've already accepted that. It's just the whole like, but damn, I just want one more chance, man, just to show them, just to prove it to them. And they know that you're not going to give them another chance. That's the thing. You're not going to. So it's a whole lot of wanting to get up and do something, you know, to stop you from walking out of their life. But they know that they can't. They know that they can't. They know that at this point with you, it doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what they do. You're not going to change your mind. And they know that without a shadow of a doubt. You don't even have to tell them this. They know it. They can sense it and they can feel it. So, you know, then there's that. Then there's that. And there's that. We have the Queen of Swords to the Page of Wands to the Ten of Cups. We also have the Three of Cups. And then we also have the Hermit. And then we also have the Sun. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Knight of Swords. Yeah, like I said, I can't emphasize this enough. They feel like their hands are tied in this entire situation. But it's like, as much as they don't want you to walk out of their life, you know what I mean? They feel like they have no choice but to let you, you know, walk right out of their life and just let you move forward and move on with your life and possibly even meet somebody else. And that in itself, you know what I mean, kind of, you know, drives them insane. The thought alone, right, of letting you actually move forward and move on with your life to the point where you eventually end up meeting someone else and then you eventually end up building with someone else. You know what I mean? It's like, because at the end of the day, they know. They know. They know that once you meet someone else and somebody sees your value, you know, your worth, they're not gonna waste time. They're gonna want you in a life with you, in a relationship with you. They know that, you know, they do view you as somebody who does possess a lot that any man or woman would essentially want, you know, and these are things that they know. You know, they know. At the end of the day, this person knew that they had a good thing, you know? They knew that they had a good thing. They just chose to play stupid games, you know? They just chose to do things in this dynamic thinking that they would never lose you. You know what I mean? There was a whole lot of that going on, you know? So it's like, man, I do feel bad for this person. I'm not gonna hold you. I do feel bad for this person. I'm pretty sure it's a shitty situation to be in. Like, to know that you lost the love of your life, and to be forced to just sit there and do nothing, you know, to essentially get them back, because it's not like they're going to take you back, to then accept the fact that eventually one day they're going to find somebody else, you know, that's going to want to possibly get married to them, start a family with them. Like, these are hard things to accept. It's a tough pill to swallow for sure. Because this person knows, man. It's like, once you put yourself out there and a person really, really gets to know you and they see your value and your worth, they're not going to waste any time. They're going to want to be with you. They're going to want to build with you. They're going to want to go off and get married to you. You know, like, they're going to want to do these things. Like, they already know that. They already know that. And to sit back and just be forced to just let that happen, because what other choice do they have? It's not like you're going to take them back. What other choice does this person have? You know what I mean? What other choice do they have? It sucks, man. I mean, it has to suck. It just has to suck. Like, but for the love of God, man, as much as they want to get up and stop you and run after you, they feel like it would be pointless, man. They feel like it's going to create more harm than good. It's not easy to, like, it's not easy for them to essentially hear that you're done with them. It's not easy for them to essentially hear that you want to move forward and move on with your life, you know? And yeah, I wish you nothing but the best, though. Always love you, but from afar, it's not easy to hear that from somebody that you don't want to lose. It's not easy to hear that from somebody that you still love and that you still want to be with. Like, it's not easy. It can't be fucking easy. It just can't be, you know? But I just kind of feel like you're going to go down as this person's biggest regret. I mean, for crying out loud, the king to the queen of pentacles to the emperor to the empress. Like, oh my God. You know, like, I feel like this person, they had it made in the shade, honey, with you. Like, they had a really, really good thing, and they blew it, you know? So, I mean, it does suck, you know, it definitely does suck, you know, to see this dynamic between the two of you, you know, go south, just given how compatible you guys are. You know, I do feel like you guys did once upon a time had something awesome with one another. It just kind of looks like they started playing a stupid game with you, and then they ended up winning a stupid prize in the end, you know, unfortunately. But yeah, so that's what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped, hopefully it resonated, and I will see you guys in your next reading.